G'day YouTube, welcome back to my channel Bonsai Works. I'm David. Let's talk about what happens when a branch dies on your tree. So you can see here I've got a branch that's browned off on this side of the tree. It's one whole branch that goes down into this area here. Now really there's only two options really. Do you take it all the way off, or do you gin it and see what happens? So really, that's really all you can do. When you have a branch like that dies off, either take it all off or create a gin. Now I'm going to try and see what the gin looks like and give it a go and see what happens. And then the trick is then to maneuver all the green, all the live foliage and so on into the gaps and try and fill in the gaps with the foliage. So I think this should come out okay if we can turn a few things around, move this around here, drop some of these branches, move a few things around. They actually look okay because this is quite a long branch that makes that branch. So it can kind of, maybe it could go. But so first of all, I'll look at, sometimes I unwire, but sometimes I don't. I just come in, anything that's small, I really just cut off and it'll cut the whole wire off. I don't really need to worry about these little ones because they're not going to be any relevant. So all the little stuff can go straight away. I'm only worrying about the big main trunk. Alright, so you can really see now, huge difference. But there is a bit of a gap in here, so we really need to think about what we want to do. Do you want to create a little gin in there? Maybe. It can't be a long one. It'll look kind of out of whack if it's a long gin. So you're quite, I don't know, maybe. It's always an interesting game here. We're deciding whether we want to keep it or not. So what I do now is I gotta take off all this wire. So take off all the heavy stuff too, because it's dead. It's not going to move anywhere now. So let's get rid of all this wire. So the rest of the tree is very healthy. So that's always a good sign. It's not related to any issues. It's probably just the branch was bent too much, or something happened. I might have cracked it when I was bending it. I don't think so. It's just maybe couldn't handle the big bend that I put into it. So there you go. It's roughly been take off all the wire. Go a bit more. Just that bit as well. That bit as well. So it's pretty clear. So you can see then, interesting. Now let's gin it off and see what it looks like. Now it's really dried off, so you can definitely dye it. So let's see how we go with ginning this off. Well, it's broken there, so it's gone already. Because it's dried off, it's very hard to squeeze the bark. It feels like it's been snapped here. I might have cracked it when I bent it. So I don't think it's going to be any good anyway, so I'm going to remove it. I don't think it'll be good. I'm going to take it all the way off. Take all the wire off. And then let's make an even better tree. It's always the goal, make a better tree. Now the good news is, I might have cracked there, but there's a nice live branch here, so that's pretty good. So I'm going to cut this bit off. I have to rewire that because the wire was on it. That was previously there, but that's nice and healthy with fresh growth. So it's excellent. So that's good news. So we'll wire that up. So now it's a matter of redesigning this tree without that branch, and it shouldn't be too hard. I mean, we can wire things further down and around. I can move him into that spot there, move this guy into here, move this guy a bit more around. Very quickly, we can fix this up quite easily. With junipers, they're very, very apical dominant. So they're going to grow in the apex quite heavily. So we need to always take into consideration that and just thin out, spread out all this foliage in here. So I'm just going to apply a bit of wire onto this branch and we'll put it in place. And then it should actually really fill in nicely into here, and that should be the new branch will grow. I will move some of these around now in the back to really fill in this gap over here. So really don't have to stress too much if you lose a branch. You can always maneuver things around on junipers and get branches in different places and move it around. So looking already, you wouldn't even known it was gone pretty much now. So I'm just going to wire this guy up and that'll be it. Alright, so we've wired this branch up, put it in place. There's a little bit of a stub there I want to get rid of. Nothing too major. So I do want to disguise that. So seeing if I can bring things around, drop things down into this gap and making a different kind of tree, slightly different. That will fill out beautifully. That'll be in there. That's in there. That's around in here. There you go. You wouldn't even known there was a branch there now. Just this, as I said, this was recently done and styled, but it's coming along really well. All the healthy growth popping in spring, which is awesome always to see. Growth everywhere, and pretty much creating a new kind of tree. Didn't want to gin it. I don't think it needed it, but it's going to be good in the future. So just tweaking bits and pieces as you see. Eventually this will all nicely fill in and fill out, and it should be good. It's been growing so much. Alright, there you go. So don't despair if you have a branch that, I don't know where that ended up there. I'll fix a lot of these branches up. Here we go. Fixing up these guys. There we go. Looks a lot better. Fixing up. There we go. Alright everyone, so there you go. Not too bad. Wouldn't even known it was there. Wouldn't even known there's a branch there. Looks great. Alright, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.